I'm Fatima from Telesure. I'm an HR business partner and I'm responsible for the regions. Our head office is based in Johannesburg. We have approximately 3,300 staff, and we have regional offices in PE, East London, Durban and Cape Town, and my portfolio is then the regional offices.
Dalila Dasneves, HR manager at Capita.
My name is Ruth Manning Dirts. I work for Takealot as the talent specialist.
My name is Nikki Ferreira. I'm the Associate Director for Human Resources for iPrio.
A nice thing for us at the moment is we were into a transition, a change in CEO, and our current CEO was previously a managing director for our short-term insurance arena. And he started this theme, I'm going to call it theme, of your N-word and making us top class and sort of just breaking the barriers of setting barriers. So making us unstoppable, unconventional, unusual, everything related to un. And the nice thing about it is that we've rolled out road shows across the country. And a lot of the focus has changed to open communication. You should feel free to email the CEO directly, despite there being 3,200 staff, and making suggestions and having platforms for just sharing. So for us, we can literally see in the span of the 3-month period how people have shifted their focus from management level as well as staffs, changing the way they're receiving messages, because previously communication, as much as we try as much as possible, we bombard them with emails and SMSs and WhatsApp messages or Facebook and things like that. They were not open, I'm not going to say open, but they were opposed to all of this communication. And now we're seeing that it's sort of like a two-way communication. And so they'll respond directly to an email that was sent from the CEO to maybe their general manager, which they would never have done, just because I think of the effect that this snowball of making Telesure an unstoppable company has had on the staff.
Unless you see the bigger picture, unless you see how your work contributes to the wider organisation, what it's striving to do and what it's striving to achieve, you won't necessarily be feeling valued, or that you're able to contribute, that you can see the bigger picture, that you can see how everybody within the organisation is working towards the same goal.
So the companies that I've been working in have been very much in a startup sort of phase in terms of HR. And so the questions are a lot about how do we communicate, at what point do we communicate to people, and what does that look like exactly? Who do we get involved? So I think from my perspective, it is as soon as, or even before you interview someone. So it starts with a job ad. It's about trying to figure out what is that, what does it look like, what will the outputs be, and once they come into the organization, it's about constantly chatting, whether it's a buddy or Sherpa program or buddy system. It's making information available to them. And it's about sort of highlighting the effect that their work has on the organization and how they fit into the bigger picture and into the successes. And even when there aren't any successes, it's about just basically showing someone whatever you do, this is the outcome. So whether it be good or bad, and it's about how do we manage that as well.
In our industry, if you look at the individuals that work in our industry, people move quite freely and quite quickly for the smallest things. So to hold on to individuals in our industry, you have to really tie into their emotions. And I think that if you don't give them a purpose, it's very easy for people to leave. And I think that the reason attrition is so high in our industry is because you can move from one place to another. There's no real, I've bought into my manager. There's often, kind of just, it's around the metrics. This is what we need to achieve. And there's little around relationships. we do a number of feedback processes with our current employees. Each of our divisions, operational divisions, they have their own employee forums, and we do monthly employee forums where the head of that department actually goes and does a kind of a 360-degree discussion with the employees. They get an opportunity to really raise any kind of concerns, but it's more like we want to see the change happen. I think it's important for our employees to see things, not just say, they don't want to just hear things. They want to actually see things in action, and I believe that we've gotten this right.
Again, coming from a space where, no HR to HR, and so it's been very slow in, do we need this? Why do we need it? Do we need it right now? What do we need to get right first? And for where we have implemented it, obviously the initial reaction is, we have all these issues and this is the problem. But I think, like with anything, you do a basic SWOT, you look at the feedback, and you try and get quick wins for yourself as a team or as a division, as a business, and you try just slowly but surely, realistically try and solve for that, so that employees can also see that you are doing something about it. I don't think that you need to look at everything and try and solve everything immediately, because you might not have capacity.
So we do have the general, it's an email address that we use. We have a platform that we previously named Phineas, where staff can make suggestions. If your suggestion is implemented, there's a monetary incentive, a monetary reward. We have what we call Teleshows Got Talent, where managers and or colleagues can nominate an employee that they feel is a top performer, or goes out of their way to make it easy for everybody else in the business, or has just gone way beyond the normal call of business. So you can nominate those people. It's that time of year where we do our engagement survey, which is very formal. So every staff member gets an email with a link. It's anonymous, and then there's a range of questions they answer.
I suppose in terms of employee feedback, most organisations will adopt an annual survey. This is probably more of a traditional stance in terms of gathering employee feedback and identifying what the main trends are, where are the big ticket items you need to focus on as an organisation. In terms of my personal preference and what I've seen in other organisations is moving to more of regular feedback, more informally, what is called pulse checks, so that you would, instead of doing a big annual survey once a year where the information is at one point in time, becomes pretty much out of date once the survey is filled out. You move into a more an operating rhythm where feedback is part of ongoing conversation. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.